Hey Saber fans, Kylo Ren here on Casual Sunday to talk to you about the Black Lotus Saber from Saberforge that I took off of one of my uncle's former apprentices. Former apprentices. You know what I'm talking about. I killed them. But seriously, I ordered this from Saberforge on their Etsy page. I'm making this video because there are really only two videos that you can find, at least the ones that I've found, for the Black Lotus Saber. One of those videos is mine. So I know there are people out there that are interested in getting this saber and don't really, the Saberforge page doesn't really give a lot of detail as to what the saber is like, what it feels like, how long it is, things like that. So I'm hoping that this video will help people make that decision. Maybe this video can be used for people that have already ordered it and want to know a little bit more about it. And this video is for just you saber enthusiasts out there like me that are probably waiting a very long time for your saber to come in. I know that when I ordered a different Saberforge saber, the wait was excruciating. But videos like this help me get through that wait. There are a lot of videos, if you found this one, you've probably seen others that describe their sabers by other saber enthusiasts that really helped me through the wait. Especially videos, some shout outs to Jordan Mall, to Shamim. I can't pronounce your last name. I will not attempt to butcher it right here. And City of Sabers. I watch their videos all the time. Not only because they have a lot of videos on sabers, but because they seem to be genuinely excited about sabers, and that's the kind of video you want to see. People that just love sabers and probably Star Wars. Obviously, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I cosplay as Kylo at a lot of conventions. The next one I'll be at is the New York Comic Con, which I am dying for. But I also do a lot of cosplaying as Dark Jedi, Light Jedi, and the reason I wanted the Black Lotus Saber was not only because I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, but I'm going to be cosplaying as a Dark Jedi on one of the days that I'm at the New York Comic Con. So I can't wait. But enough about me. I'm going to talk to you about the Black Lotus Saber, which is right here. Just going to go through a few things on the saber, some quick points about the saber, then I'll go a little more detailed. Not sure how long this video is going to be, hopefully not too long. And yeah, that'll be it. So I'll go from bottom to top on how the saber is. Here is the pommel, a few definitions as well. This is the pommel of the saber. It's where the speaker is. Just a little something about this saber. When I first received it, the speaker was loose. As soon as I took it out of the box, I could hear something shaking around in there, and it was the speaker. I sent it back to them, and they got it back to me within 8 days, and now nothing at all. So awesome. Sorry to go off track. I'm going to do that a lot in this video, trust me. Their customer service, I've seen a lot of videos about how Saberforge is a terrible company, that I feel they took my money, their customer service department stinks. I fortunately have no evidence of that whatsoever. Every interaction I've had with their customer service department has been impeccable. It's been great. Shout outs to Isla and India. They are the two people that I've spoken to through email on the Etsy page and on the main Saberforge page. I couldn't be happier with their customer service. I've never talked or received any kind of emails from the owner of Saberforge, Phil Isherwood. But if I was to meet the guy, I'd want to shake his hand and say thank you. I love both of the sabers that I've ordered, and will definitely be ordering a lot more. So thank you, and keep it going. Anyway, back to the saber. So pommel. Here's the grip section here. It has the reptile wrapping, which feels extremely comfortable. We'll go into that a little bit more later. The kill key, the grenade section, little grooves in there. The activation switch, some more silver accents. The LED retention screw, the claws, and the blade retention screw, and the blade plug. And that's up and down what the saber looks like. Go into a little more definition and a little more detail about this saber. The claws on here are very durable. I think they're absolutely beautiful. If you look at it from that direction, it kind of looks like that droid fighter at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. It's got a very nice look to it, very menacing, which is perfect for me. And I love it. Absolutely love it. There's a YouTube user out there, I believe his name is Radioz, shout out, that asked me, is this a saber for women? I believe that the creation of this saber, Phil made this for his wife as a cosplay, but I can definitely tell you it is not one just made for women. It's made for all, and it's beautiful. The claws are very tight. Actually, when I sent it back and they sent it back to me, they said one of the claws was loose, and I just love it. Anyway, the blade plug right here. This protects the LED that is inside for some of you people that have never had a Saberforge saber. I like it. I am hoping that they make a different style blade plug, one with the cog of the Sith Empire, not the Galactic Empire, not the First Order. They have similar things to that on Laserforge, but when they make, I'll show you, when they make that one there, I'm ordering it. So I'm waiting on that one. But that's the blade plug. The blade plug is about 1.5 inches long. I'll show you when I take it out. And so that's it about the blade plug. The activation button is nice and recessed, so no accidentally turning it on and off when you're dueling. I do not duel, but when I swing it around, when I play with it, I have never mistakenly hit that button to turn it off. Here's the kill key. I like it. I've seen the older style kill keys. I'd rather have that than this, but that complaint is extremely minor. The reptile wrapping, like I said before, it is extremely comfortable. Feeling this in your hand, it's really hard to describe. It's got a lot of grip to it. You can almost feel your fingers sink into it when you're holding it. It's just very, very comfortable. I just love it. The CoverTech knob, which I ordered, it did not come with this. I told Saberforge about that on their Etsy page, and they sent me not just one, but they sent me 2. So very happy about that. And the speaker, when I first received it, like I said, the speaker was loose, and the sound was a little muffled. It didn't sound as loud as I had heard on other videos, and I was kind of disappointed about that. But now that they have sent it back to me, it's very loud, and the louder the better. So that's great. I'm just looking at some notes I have on the side. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So that's pretty much the hilt. If you want to know some dimensions on it, it is 13.5 inches from the bottom of the pommel to the very end of the claw. It's a good two-handed saber. You put my fingers right above the CoverTech knob, and my other hand, my finger ends right below the silver accents. I have large hands. I wear a large glove, sometimes an extra large. So if you have big hands, once again, answering a question for Radios, it's a good saber to have. A lot of videos I've seen have talked about Saberforge sabers being really heavy. I kind of disagree with that. It does have some weight to it, but it's not heavy. Not my definition of heavy. I'm thinking is like 5 pounds or something like that. Something that it's hard to hold in your hand for a long amount of time. But no, it's quite light, but it's got some weight to it. But heavy, no way. I have a Black Series Kylo Ren saber. Actually, I have it right here. That even when I received it, I read reviews on it, and it said it was heavy. It is not heavy, but compared to the Black Lotus, this thing is a feather compared to this thing. So that's pretty much the dimensions on this. Weight, maybe it's about a pound and a half, 13.5 inches. But let me turn it on, because that's really what you want to see. So to turn it on, you pull the activation switch.
Saber core, crimson.
Love that sound. And let's turn it on. Show you the blade plug. Well, first the activation switch. I did get this in a 12-watt purple. Forgive me if I blind you. Oh, I love this thing. So I'm sure you've seen in other videos that there are options for the saber. You can change the sound, the movement sound, the clashing sound, the lights on how much you want it to flash, or if you don't want it to flash at all. I'm not going to go through all that. There are plenty of other videos that will show you that. I just want to give a review on this saber. So I guess I'll show you what it looks like with the blade inside of it, with the Allen wrench. Make sure you don't lose that. If you do lose this, by the way, what you want to invest in is one of these things. This has all sizes of Allen wrenches. If you watch any of Shamim's videos, he uses something like this to take out the screws here. So if you lose this little thing, which is very hard to lose, invest in one of those. So, I almost dropped it. So you're taking, never mind. That's where you're going to put it. If you're getting a Black Lotus, you're going to want to use it on this side, because getting inside those claws, you can't turn it. So you've got to put it in the long way. There we go. Don't take it out too far. I've seen people spin that thing too much on videos, the screw falls out, and they spend the rest of their video trying to find it. So don't take it out too far. Just make sure it's nice and loose, but not too loose. that is the blade plug. Like I said, it's about an inch, inch and a half. Here is the Infinity V4 blade. I got it in 37 inches. Just another mention, I've seen people with videos saying that 37-inch blade is too long. I'm 5'9", and I can swing this thing around and twirl it just fine. So if you're deciding whether to get a 37-inch or a 32-inch, I don't think it's that big a deal. That, I guess it's just a personal preference. Me, I think 37 inches is great, and I'm probably never gonna get another blade, another blade that's smaller. Maybe when if I know somebody that's got one, I'll give it a try. So goes right in there. Where am I? Tighten it up. I've seen on a lot of videos, they say don't make it too tight. You don't want to break the blade. I can sometimes feel, not right now, like a little bit of wobble if I don't give it a good tightening, but it's nothing that's really that distracting. So anyway, here we go. This thing is gorgeous. Nice and loud. That's this room right now is very bright. I have a light on up top, and the shade is open. It's a very bright sunny day, so that's what the saber looks like in the light. Granted, on video it's a lot brighter than it is in person, but don't get me wrong, these blades, these sabers, they are very bright, especially towards the bottom, obviously, because the LED is right there. There is a very slight brightness difference at the top, but it's slight. Nothing that's going to disappoint whatsoever. The threaded tip also has a mirror inside of it to deflect light back down, so it does it very well. But if you're buying one of these sabers for, say, taking pictures or videos, man, it looks tremendous. But let me turn off the light and close the shade, and that you can see it in the dark. So give me a second. Ouch. I gotta close another door. Forgot to turn off the TV too, damn. Anyway, here we go. Black Lotus saber in... well, there is some light coming in through. Black Lotus saber. So guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, this is my second video ever. So if you have any comments, good or bad, I can take it. Let me know in the comment section. Let me make sure I said everything I meant to say. Yeah, I did. I'll be giving another review on a different saber. Give you a little preview of the Saberforge Sentinel. This saber I waited for a long time. I'll talk more about that on the video I make for this one. But that is the Black Lotus saber, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and may the force be with you. Bye.